Welcome to the PLZ Soccer Show. Alan Ruff and Simon Donnelly are with me here today. I'm Peter Martin, delighted to have your company. Lots to look forward to. We'll be talking about the Premiership games in Scotland tonight. We'll also maybe get a reflection from these guys on the weekend scores, because yesterday was Easter Monday, a bit of a holiday for us. And also we'll look to the Champions League matches tonight and tomorrow. That mouth-watering Liverpool-Man City. Will Simon Donnelly go for Liverpool or Man City? Ruffy, do we really care who Ruffy goes for now that his team has been knocked out? Paris Saint-Germain out. Let's first of all look towards what happened at the weekend. I think the big talking point, Ruffy, has to be the tackle by Andrew Davis and Scott Brown. Billy Dodds has had his say, saying Brendan Rodgers is trying to get a heftier fine for Davis on this. It's a 2-match ban automatically with a red card. Does he deserve more?
I don't think so. It was a bad tackle, really bad tackle. But if the rules are put down in place that kind of tackle is 2 games, it's 2 games. You know, I think there's far too many clubs and players now going to tribunals and appealing red cards, appealing this, and getting off far too lightly. So no, if it's 2 games, it's 2 games for me.
Yeah. Does he deserve more?
I think he does, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure about the rule, but it's a stamp, Peter, and there's no intent there to go and try and win the ball. He knows what he's doing. The foul's been committed. Scott Brown's going to ground and he's stamped on him. Yeah.
Do you think some players have got it in for Scott Brown?
I think just with the nature of the character of, Scott Brown on the park, he's a competitive player, and whether the boys thought, I'm going to put one over on him here, as I say, he knows what he's doing. It's not as if he's mistimed it. You could defend him if he's just missed out on the ball. The ball's away. He knows what he's doing. It's a stamp.
Yeah. Okay, he's got 2-game ban for it. What do you think? At PLZ Soccer on Twitter and on Facebook Live as well. You can give us your thoughts. Should he get more than 2 matches, Andrew Davis, for that stamp on Scott Brown? Brendan Rodgers today, speaking ahead of Celtic's match against Dundee, reckons that there's a fair bit of envy towards the Celtic captain. If anything, they should maybe be trying to emulate him rather than take him out of games. He's had a fair bit of treatment this season, and of course he was involved in a controversial one against Motherwell as well, when Cedric Kipri was sent off. But over and above that, he had 2 or 3 Aberdeen players have a go at him. Controversial character. You'd love to have him in your team. You'd hate him if he was playing against your favourite team. What about the weekend elsewhere? Listen, Rangers slipped up, no doubt about it, Ruffy, and Aberdeen and Hibs were able to capitalise in the race for second.
Yeah, again, Motherwell come out the traps at the weekend and obviously steamrolled Rangers early on in that game. I think Alves and Martin just couldn't handle the 2 Motherwell boys up front, and they got a good goal. Obviously, defending, they could have did a lot better than that, but certainly the second goal was another well-worked goal. And I think if you ask the Motherwell manager, he was thinking it should have been at least 3 at half-time, and if it had been the case, then obviously they would have on and won the game. But it was one of these games that Motherwell went 2-0 up, and you don't want to hear the half-time whistle, you just want to keep going. But again, Rangers got a lifeline with a penalty. I didn't think it was a penalty. I thought it was really soft. But that just gave Rangers, the impotence to go on and try and get a second one. The second one was good. But again, I think it was a thoroughly entertaining game. And I think Motherwell are the team who can take something out of this, obviously, with the semi-final coming up.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Motherwell Aberdeen tonight in just a minute. But as far as Rangers are concerned, Graham Murty says they must do better. Unfortunately, that statement comes out when they're slipping up on regular occasions.
Yeah, in the first half, I watched the first half at the weekend, and they didn't lay a glove on Motherwell. Motherwell, to their credit, came out and really went for Rangers from the start. I can't remember Rangers having too many chances. They didn't turn up in the first half. And I think Motherwell can probably feel aggrieved because at 2-0, as Ruffy says there, they had chances to go and make it 3. They didn't do that, and Rangers, turned the game on its head in the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Yeah. If you're looking at the teams, Aberdeen were able to capitalise with the win over St Johnstone. Hibs were able to get the win at Easter Road as well by 2-0. So, who do you think's best placed to finish second?
Well, first and foremost, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really good, exciting split. The teams in there, Hibs, Rangers, Aberdeen, all vying for the second spot. A well-rejuvenated Kilmarnock there as well, but probably a wee bit too far off it. I think the way Hibs have handled the big games this season, I think they'll, for me, pip the other two for second place.
Yeah. I've always tipped Hibs for top three since the start of the season, Ruffy. And boy, they're living up to it, and they've got a manager who really is relishing the battle now. And of course, Derek McInnes has been linked with the West Brom job, possibly in the summer. But right now, he'll be looking and thinking, Rangers are giving us a real incentive to go 3 points clear.
Yeah, they certainly have, and the players will have an incentive as well. Obviously, if they keep winning, obviously they've got a massive semi-final coming up as well. So you want to keep winning games leading up to them. I'm going to stick with Aberdeen. I just think once it gets to the split, I think there's a lot of the Hibernian players are in unknown territory, trying to go in for that second place, the pressures that come with it, and I think they might just fall short.
Okay, you can agree or disagree with Simon or Ruffy. Give us your view on that. We'll be reading out some of your messages on Facebook and Twitter as well. Okay, I mentioned your old team, Partick Thistle. They lost to Hibs at the weekend. Tonight's match at Dingwall is massive, Ruffy.
Yeah, it is, and I think Alan Archibald and the players will know how massive it is. Obviously, if they lose the game, it just means that Ross County can catch up with them. But there'll be other bigger games ahead. But the psychological one is if Thistle were to win this one, it gives them a bit of breathing space and puts pressure on everybody else above them.
Yeah, so who wins it?
I'm going to go for Partick Thistle. I think they've had no bad result up there at Ross County. I think they've been known to go up there and sneak a win. But obviously, if Cherny's not fit, that could be a bad one. Obviously, Devine's out because he got sent off. So, no, I'm going to. Maybe my heart's just ruling my head here, but I hope it's a Thistle win.
Yeah. Okay then. So, no real fair punditry from Ruffy there. It's just basically I played for them, I love them, and I want them to win.
I'm going to go for them as well, though.
I was the assistant coach there. I love them. I also played for them for quite a bit of time. I love them and I want them to win, yeah?
I watched their game at the weekend, you know, and the goal that was cancelled out was really unfortunate. And then when you're down there, things like that happen. Hibs got up the park and scored 2 quick goals and the game's gone. I think Archie will have the boys ready for this game tonight. It's a massive one, but the incentive there is to open up a gap on Ross County first and foremost, and hopefully pull Dundee back into it on the back of them playing at Celtic tomorrow.
Yeah. Brian Dunn has said, what's your thoughts, guys, on Steve Clarke becoming manager of the year, having won nothing? Well, let's be honest about it, Brian. He's not going to win manager of the year. He'll certainly be a nominee, I think, Ruffy. But I'd be gobsmacked if we were handing that award over to him at the end of April.
Yeah, I would as well. You know that. I think obviously Brendan Rodgers wins the back-to-back trebles. It's just an unstoppable. You know, you got to give him the trophy. But in the voting one, where the managers down the leagues vote, I'm talking about Championship, First Division, Second Division. They tend to vote for. They see the budgets and work their basis of who they vote for on that. You know, and that then brings in Clarke. That then brings in the St Mirren manager. And then sometimes you can get a dodgy decision, like Mitsa Pathalainen. Yeah.
The percentages though are slight on this one, Ruffy. There's only 2 real guys who are in the running. Manager of the year, Jack Ross, Brendan Rodgers, surely.
Yes, I would say that. But I mean, obviously, it depends on what you go by. And I think the managers in the lower divisions tend to look at different criteria when they vote.
Okay, so are you suggest? No. I'm not asking you. You're throwing up some kind of anomaly here, where the managers down the leagues don't work off the same basis as everybody else.
Yeah, they work on what they're working with, what money they have at their disposal. To get themselves out of divisions. They'll see where the St Mirren manager was and the miracle that he's worked there, and that might just tick the boxes for them.
That wasn't your argument, though. Your argument was that they'll bring in Steve Clarke into the equation. That was what you were suggesting. I just don't think you can give the manager of the year to somebody who comes in October, Simon. I don't agree with him at all. I don't even agree with him on... I mean, the only 2 for me are Jack Ross and Brendan Rodgers.
And I think if Celtic achieves the back-to-back trebles, I think he's the #1 candidate. I think you've got to acknowledge the work that Steve Clarke's did. I think for that reason, you know, the turnaround at Kilmarnock, I think he'll be nominated. But no, I wouldn't give it. I'd give it to Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm going to read out Lee Shanley's message, if only for the basis that Lee's at the wind-up. What about Steve Clarke for the West Brom job? I think he's had a go at that already. Anyway, you know what it's like. I mean, I think when Steve Clarke was at West Brom, you know, with Romelu Lukaku, they were touting him for the Chelsea job at that point.
Yeah, but he's got a wealth of experience here. I think obviously at Chelsea, working under guys like Mourinho as well. He's had a really good coaching career. But as I say, I go on about watching Kilmarnock at the start of the season, Peter, and for me at the time I was backing them to go down. They were really poor, seeing them through at Fir Park against Motherwell, and I didn't see anything in the team, but I think the turnaround's been unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Finn says if Celtic win the treble, Rodgers must be manager of the year. Unfortunately, the voting occurs before the big trophies are decided. This might work against Brendan, and the fact that people take his success for granted. Same reason Henrik Larsson only won 2 Player of the Year awards. It's difficult enough to win Player of the Year. Listen, if you want to go back, you'll never believe this, Ruffy. Kenny Dalglish didn't win any Player of the Year award.
Yeah, that's why I find these voting, the system, it'd be great if we could wait to the end of the season, but we can't. We know that, and that's why you get these kind of odd nominations or people who win it, you know, particularly with the voting as well. You know, you're talking about Scott Brown is a perfect example, who I think has been absolutely outstanding, but for some reason or other, people won't vote for him because the way he plays, you know, he rubs people up the wrong way, and sometimes players just don't tick that box.
Yeah. Okay, I can't disagree with you on that. I think he'll be a strong contender to win Player of the Year. Now, as far as the games are concerned tonight, you think Thistle will win, you think Thistle will win. What about Motherwell Aberdeen? Is there any slip up there for you?
It's another tasty one. You know, I think Motherwell have beat them at Fir Park earlier on this season. Aberdeen are, you know, the incentives to get above Rangers and open up a gap there. I think it'll be a real tight one. I'm going for a draw.
Yeah, okay. I think the Dons will sneak it.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the Dons as well. I think they've got more to play for in this one. Obviously, Motherwell won't want to pick up any more injuries than what they've got with the semi-final coming up. So it'll be interesting to see the team lines, but I think Aberdeen will just edge this one.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to possibly suffer the wrath from you two. I'm going to go for County to sneak it as well. Yeah, oof, look at your faces there. And the last one, Hibs against Hamilton Accies. Hibbies by a couple.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Hibs are on a decent run. You know, I think these are the games that Lenny's probably more worried about. You know, Hibs taking their eye off the ball against the lesser teams. They certainly haven't done that against the top sides, but I fully expect them to go there tonight and win 3-0.
3-0.
Yep, I think obviously the Hamilton defence will be under a lot of pressure here. They will try and defend for most of the game. I think as soon as Hibs get the first one, they'll run out quite easily winners.
Yeah. Okay. Champions League, before we go, 2 great games tonight and tomorrow night as well. If you have a man cave or a woman cave, you see how 21st century I am in this, you just go in there and you just turn on the football and enjoy it, because you know, Juve against Real Madrid and the other match, which is Seville against Bayern Munich. So who wins the first one?
I think the Juve game will be a draw. In fact, I think both games will be a draw. I think Sevilla at home are particularly good, as they proved against Man United, and I think I'm going to go for 2 draws.
Yeah, okay. You could have been swayed by maybe Simon was going to come out with an unbelievable statistic there that might have swayed you, but you just gave us your predictions right away. Simon, what about yourself?
I'm going for 2 aways. I think Real Madrid's Champions League form has been superb. I think obviously well off the pace La Liga, but they've been fantastic, and I think they'll go there with a Ronaldo at top form and beat Juventus, and I think Bayern will beat Seville. I think they demolished Dortmund 6-0 at the weekend, so they're firing on all cylinders, and I think there'll be 2 away wins.
Okay, I'm going to go for a draw between Juventus and Real Madrid, and I'm going to go for Bayern to win away from home. What about Liverpool against Man City? Now, here's a heart and head one. I've tipped Manchester City to win the Champions League. I want Liverpool to win.
And I think Liverpool will win. I think they might sneak over the 2 legs as well, but I think they'll win the first game. It's going to be a wonderful game. I think both teams have got brilliant players that I love watching. I've watched all season. I just have a wee inkling for Liverpool.
Yeah. And what about the other match?
What is the other match?
The other match is Barcelona against Roma.
How could I forget my team? Barca, I think, will win. They're strong at home, and I think they'll probably finish the tie in the first game. I think they'll create a gap that will be too much for Rome to bring back. I think Messi coming off the bench at the weekend on form as usual. I think they'll win by 2 or 3 goals.
Okay, Ruffy, what about you? Obviously, your team is out, so we've given you another choice, which is Bayern Munich. You've gone for the Germans. What about the Liverpool, Man City, and Barcelona against Roma?
Barcelona for me. I think Roma were very, very good at the beginning of the season, off the boil a wee bit just now, so I would expect, obviously with that man Messi being in the team, that they'll win this one quite comfortably. The other one, I don't think we'll get a boring two teams know each other and they'll play out a nothing each or something like that. I think there's too many big players on each side who want to go forward and score goals, so I think this will be 2 each.
Okay, Liverpool to win 2-1, Simon, I'm going for. And as far as the other one, Barcelona to win 3-0. There you are. You always get an opinion on the soccer show. You can give us your opinion at any time if you want to keep up to date with the English and Scottish news and European football and world football. Then click on to www.plzsoccer.com, or indeed you can download the app and you'll get it all there, literally on your phone on a daily basis. And you can join us for the Facebook and Twitter live every day, Monday to Friday. I'll give you no shortage of opinion, and later on Facebook, Ruffy and myself will give you the odds, first goal scorer, home win, away win or draw in the Champions League fixture tomorrow night, that Liverpool Man City one, with some special offers for you as well. From Simon, from Alan and from myself, Peter, thanks for watching.